So I've cooked a lot of pork butt over the years. Today though, what I'm going to try to do is take my first stab at doing one on my Pit Boss pellet smoker. Normally I've cooked everything in my charcoal brick smokehouse. So what I've got here today is a picnic roast that I picked up on sale. Was very excited about that. Now there are a couple of ways a person can go about this. You can either leave the skin on and just score it. However, since I'm doing this all day of and I don't have the overnight spice rub marinade, I'm going to actually remove the skin, plus none of us around here will really eat it anyway. So that's just a matter of personal preference. So because of that, I'm just going to remove the skin here. It's going to take me a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to take a peek at the fat situation and see if I need to trim any of that as well. All right, so I've got that removed there. It's a little bit fattier over on this side here, but that's really not too bad. So I'm just going to get all my spice rub ready here, and then we're going to get this rubbed up. All right, so I've got my spice blend here. So what this is 7 tablespoons of kosher salt, 6 tablespoons of turbinado sugar, 5 tablespoons of paprika, 4 teaspoons of dried mustard, and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I'm not adding any cayenne or anything like that to this, simply because I don't want to sort of over spice it. I've got a couple of kids who don't like the heat, and I can always add hot sauce or something to my own portions here. So I'm just going to get this all mixed up here. We're going to add it. Now this pork roast started out at 11 pounds. After removing that skin, it's just over 10 pounds here. You want to just have an idea of the ratio of spices to the actual meat. There we go. Nicely blended together. And I'm just going to apply this using a meat tub so that I'm not going to risk getting a whole bunch of spices all over my counter. On here, work it around just like this. So like I said earlier, normally it would be sweetest to get this on the night before, let it marinate overnight in the fridge, just to really let those spices get in there. However, just with my schedule, I didn't have time to do that. So I'm going to let this sit here now and sort of take on a bit of the spices while I get the smoker all ready to rock. You'll see that there are some spices that fell off here, and that's no problem because I'm going to probably use them a little bit later on. So this should be a nice long smoke. This will give me a pretty solid idea of what a full hopper of pellets can do here in this unit. All right, so the smoker's up at 200 degrees. I've got it all nicely prepped up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the roast on just like that. This is my Pit Boss 700FB that I'm using for this. If you wanted to check out my unboxing and assembly video, you absolutely could. As for now, I'm going to let it go at 200 degrees, and we'll see kind of how it takes off here for the first few hours. Okay, so here I've got the mop that I'm going to use on this pork shoulder. It was just all those leftover spices, and this was about a cup or so of apple cider vinegar. So I'm just going to give it some basting here. This is looking really nice. It's getting a little crusty around the outside already, which is sweet. Let's get this other side. Then I'm also going to throw in my meat thermometer at this point here. So we've been going for 4 hours. And yeah, awesome. Okay, so that'll be good. I'll probably try and mop this every 30 to 60 minutes from this point on. Just gonna feed this into here, down into that meat, and I'm also going to turn the Pit Boss up to 225 now. And as we can see here, yeah, somewhere in the 120s. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I decided to let it go an hour there, just so that I'm not opening this up too terribly much. And it's time for some more mopping. Some nice liquid on here. And then I'm going to flip it upside down so that this top side is going to be the bottom side there, probably for the rest of the smoke here. So let's get this all mopped up, and yeah, I'll give it another hour. So there we go, flipped upside down, and yeah, like I said, another hour here. Well, it's sitting at 169 at the moment. I'm going to give it some more mopping. It's just raining out here, so I'm going to try and be quick about that. All right, so it's at 183 degrees, and just with a little fork test here, it's able to just kind of come apart a little bit with the twist there, but it's not going to be at that pulled point yet, which is perfect because I'm going to want to be able to slice this. So time to get it into some foil here and get it inside to rest. All right, so I've let it rest for an hour, largely because of the time of night here. And now it's just time to kind of cut into this and see what we've got here. Oh yeah. Gonna have to pull the bone out. And then the plan for this, like I said, is just to slice up the rest of it and then pop that on some sandwiches. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it smells absolutely amazing. All right, so just got to take off a little chunk there. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you know what? I absolutely love how this turned out on the Pit Boss. Super easy. Even with a massive rainstorm that we had earlier tonight, I didn't really have to worry about going out there and checking it. But nicely smoky, good bark that actually crusted up on the top of it. Salty, a little bit of a lot of that kind of peppery kick in it. Fantastic. So yeah, I will definitely try this again. And as you can see, super juicy, amazing. Well, let's see, after this 13-hour smoke, this hopper is still, well, almost half full. So that's really quite good. So I was ranging between 200 and 225 degrees for the settings over that time. And we still have half the pellets left. Awesome. All right, so this is the day of serving. What I've done is I've just kind of done a nice thick slice of this pork, and I've got it in two different foil vessels here. And I'm just going to add to it, this is just basically a 50-50 mix of a little apple cider vinegar and just some brown ale. And that'll kind of help it steam and also just give it a little flavor at the same time, keep it nice and moist and get her hot. So into the oven it goes. All right, so it's absolute chaos upstairs, but take a look at this pork, reheated with a little bit of beer, some apple cider vinegar, absolutely gorgeous. I've had a couple of nibbles. It is amazing. It's smoky, it's moist, it has lots of flavor coming out of the spices that's on it, and just a little bit of crisp to the bark, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and snag some poutine to go with this. So until next time, folks, keep her at 11.